I'm at Encounters. Let's see what I got up to this week.
African stories expressed through such a delicate and meaningful art form.
Deeply engaging film that functions as a devastating portrait.
27th Encounter South African International Documentary Festival.
We're with one of the collaborators for The Rock Speaks, which has just won Best African Short Documentary here at Encounters South African International Documentary Festival. I just wanted to ask you, tell us a bit about The Rock Speaks, what's the film about, and how excited are you to have won this award?
Yeah, first thanks for this opportunity, and because for us this is the first time that the film has been shown in Africa and in South Africa. The Rock Speed is more about the contradiction between the progress and what is left behind. Because we know any revolution for us looks like a medal. A medal has like two sides. There's one side that you can see, and that's what the hidden one that the world doesn't see.
We're at the 27th Encounter South African International Documentary Festival. We've just seen the film How to Build a Library. In my view, it is an interesting film about negotiating between different interests and powers in modern Kenya to try and get a library renovated and built. On one side, there's considerations about the history of the library as a colonial artifact and how to bring capital in to make this colonial artifact something that benefits the people of Kenya. But on the other side, in order to get the money to renovate the library, certain negotiations and compromises have to be made with those very structures of colonialism. So the question is, how do we decolonize? And more importantly, what do we do about funding? At the end of the day, the film doesn't really become that much about a library at all. It becomes about the ways in which modern Kenya tries to shape its identity in a world where the flow of money makes that very difficult. But let's get a couple more opinions from other audience members and see how they thought about the film.
I just watched How to Build a Library, and I think it was a very, very inspirational documentary, especially coming from two black women in Africa. I think we should really look into the more non-typical abuses that politicians do to our country.
The film just resonates with me because I am an active community member in my community, and seeing young change makers do this impressive, beautiful work, that was just incredible with How to Build a Library.
Incredible that they took this little tiny story and now like almost 10 years later they've dedicated their life to that. So it's like so inspiring, it's so beautiful.
While the kind of central theme of this movie is about how to build a library, how to renovate this library from its colonial past of negligence in the last however many decades, the kind of story follows something that could probably be replicated beyond the theme of a library that needs renovating. It's this public space that serves a local population that desperately needs something that is theirs.
So that's what people had to say about How to Build a Library.
We are so lucky to be doing what we do as filmmakers, and I think that especially in Africa we need to uplift the stories that are there and that exist, and I think that the fact that youth can be the megaphone, the microphone for these stories, to get these stories out there, is a really great thing, because we want to open the industry as much as possible for whoever and everyone so that they can get their story stories at.
So we're here with the director of Never Come Fetch Me. It's a phenomenal short film talking about the story and dreams of a young person in Cape Town who's surrounded by violence, but also tries to imagine a different life for them and the community around them. I thought it was really powerful and moving film. So I just wanted to ask just one question, this film, why did you make this film? What's this film about? What's the message of this film?
Wow, okay, well I think the message is in the title in terms of Never Come Fetch Me. It's sort of a call to action of sort of don't let this young generation get lost. Reach out, they need support in any way possible.
So I've just seen Mothers of Chibok here at Encounter South African International Documentary Festival. It's a multi-layered film. On one level, we all know what happened a decade ago where a group of Nigerian girls were kidnapped from a school in northern Nigeria. So it does cover the aftermath of that event, but it also looks at the triumphs and the resilience of women in northern Nigeria who are still able to continue living their lives, who haven't forgotten the girls who have been abducted. Some of them have been returned, and there's an effort to reintegrate them back into the Nigerian way of life in that region. But also, it's a story that really looks at how women are still able to continue farming, continue sending their children to school, continue holding up their community, virtually holding up the sky, in spite of the threat of Boko Haram in the region.
I found it really beautiful and really moving, and like a window into another part of the world which I wasn't really familiar with.
It's very cool to see. There are some familiar scenes because I'm from Burkina Faso and northern Nigeria is a Sahelian part of Nigeria, so it was really cool to see the inside stories. It felt like a beautiful ethnography. I'm an anthropologist, so I love the everydayness of things.
It was really beautiful and it was incredibly well made. It really harrowing story and highlighted how badass those women are in northern Nigeria.